All right. So, as promised, you already know, man, we got my boy Lil Donald in the building. You know what I'm saying? Say what's up, Donald.
Lil Donald.
You know what I'm saying? This is my first interview in my room, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel honored to have you here, too, you know what I'm saying?
Come
so,
on, man.
You know, we go way back, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. This really day one business, man. When they said your name, you know, I drop everything, bro.
Right.
Like, I'm keeping it real. I had a long day ahead of me. You did.
Yeah,
but it was important that when you have these relationships with people like you who done show love and support from the beginning,
right.
You gotta show that love back.
So for me, you know, having you on the show, like I know when I first met you, you was I want to say a kid, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So and you was just getting your feet wet, you know what I'm saying? So just tell me like your experience from then to like going through the struggles, having different people handle you. You had different managers. You know, I kind of know a lot of the behind the scenes shit. So to go from that now to be your own man and standing on your own, like what has that experience been like for you?
Man, it's a crazy transition, man. It can either make you or break you. You know, like it was one of them situations where when you dealing with them contracts and the labels and the contracts in the streets before the labels, the different managers, the different people who come in selling you dreams, the people that actually help you. Like it's a mixture of a lot, man. But just like transitioning into being my own boss, like it's a big blessing, you know, like, and I'm just grateful to be right here to be able to just like again say like, man, I'm independent 100%. I own my masters. I have a gold record, you know, like everything that I have, just to be able to say that with all the odds against me, because you know, multiple times people done counted me out.
Yeah,
man, Lil Donald ain't coming back from that. Ain't no way he finna steal. You know, ain't no way Lil Donald finna win after that. Ain't no. So, and I prove wrong.
But you know, but I know like even with your content, and I always, you know, I kind of deal with a lot of artists, and everybody kind of go in that lane where they talk about a lot of violence, a lot of, you know, they really tougher than they are. But I seen like you kind of cater more toward the women. You still do your club records and that shit, but when you release a single, you kind of have an audience that you kind of target.
Yeah, but that's my biggest thing is like I come from the streets, you know. Right. Street stuff, being in the streets, gangster stuff, shootouts, gun. Right. I come from that. Like, man, that ain't what I want, because I know what come with it. If you rapping whatever you rapping, you got to prove it.
Oh, yeah, you do.
You hear me? Any woman that's around me will say, Lil Donald take care of his family. He take care of the women around him. So when I'm rapping this type of music, I have to prove that too. But I'm better at proving that than trying to prove some street shit that's gonna end me up in jail. You get what I'm saying?
Because I mean, like even with the wave, a lot of the music that's going in now, I seen DJ Smooth put a post up this morning where he said he can't really play a lot of the new music because none of it is really, you know, he could play here in schools and he's trying to play it around kids. And where do you feel like the direction of, like, I guess, for his content, like, and you a rapper, like, what's the, you know, where you going with what a lot of these kids are going with the content? Where do you think you fit in with it?
Like I'm more uplifting, man, and just more relatable music, you know, like things that you see people go through on the everyday and what people really got going on in their life. Because like I remember when like songs like I Woke Up in the New Bugatti came out back when I was younger. You get what I'm saying? And I loved the song. But I couldn't. It was no connection because I can't wake up in no Bugatti.
That was Ace Hood, right?
Yeah, I couldn't wake up in no new Bugatti. But when you got somebody like Pac or somebody who say Brenda's got a baby, or you know, dear mama, you know, stuff like this, and you be like, man, I relate to this. I feel this. It's a connection,
right?
And that's what I be on. Like I'm making a connection with the people of what they really going through.
So you, like, I know for a fact you've been around for a few like different I want to say different eras. You know what I'm saying? Like you've been around for a minute in Atlanta since I know, like, what, it's like 2010.
Yeah, it's been like 10, longer. 11 years.
Yeah, so I know that's a long run in the rap game. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So you seen Atlanta change. What have you seen the scene in Atlanta change from since you came into the situation? You know what I'm
saying? I think in Atlanta it's like it's starting to get like I think it's getting better with artists helping other artists or putting other artists in position.
Right.
You know, because it be a lot of behind the scene bullshit going on where niggas ain't pulling other artists up to expand the reach in Atlanta. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it make it hard for one artist to give back or do this because the other artists ain't pulling other artists up. You get what I'm saying? It's like they get the bag, then they come sign the artists and they don't turn them up for real.
Right.
But like if you look at Yo Gotti's situation, he got hot, signed this artist, and he gave them his platform, blowed them up, and it made him richer and richer. And I think Atlanta is finally starting to understand that. You get what I'm saying?
So since I got you here, right, and we kind of been knowing each other a while, I gotta ask you the question that I know everybody they want to answer from an artist that dealt with the DJs and that did some social media shit that's kind of been around for a while. What's your perception of this DJ against the artist versus the artist shit?
I think artists gotta understand how important the DJ is. Like I think everybody losing the importance of what a DJ is and what a DJ stands for and
Right.
what a DJ has to offer for your career. They don't feel like they need DJs anymore because of the internet. But I tell people all the time, the internet is temporarily gonna make you pop. You get what I'm saying? That relationship with that DJ is gonna continue on to when TikTok not playing your record no more.
Right.
When your record ain't trending on Instagram no more.
Right.
Your next record gotta get hot. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, and that's the thing I wanted to talk to you about too, was like how fast records are coming and going now. You know what I'm saying? And then like you got a lot of records that are just TikTok records. Like you play the first few minutes of that TikTok and then after that it's over. And
they don't even want to hear it no more because
Right.
it got popping on TikTok. So whatever part of they heard on TikTok, that's the part they want to hear. And then after it start playing, they be like, they get lost. Like, oh, we only know this part.
Right.
We don't even like the whole song. We just like this.
Part.
It be like 30 seconds of a song they love, and then they don't even like the rest. But like I tell people, those are called 6-month songs.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So what's your process as far as like when you going in the studio and you trying to make records? Like what's the Lil Donald process of making a Do Better, some of the great records you made already?
It's emotions. Like I only go to the studio when I'm in an emotional state, or I have ideas, or I've been through something, or something on my heart. So I'm not in the studio every day. Like other artists be in the studio every day of the week for 6 days. You feel me? I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna make a hit like that. If you in the studio every day of the week for 7 days, you're not gonna create a hit like that because you just in there just making music.
Well, I ain't gonna lie now. When Future first came and Future first started hitting hard, that nigga worked, like his work ethic is really what sold me on him. Like that nigga was in the studio like almost every fucking day.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So when you say that, do you say that's just that process don't work for you? Or
No, it's like this. Like his creative mind probably started off like that. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But with artists, you got to understand, artists be having to have writers come and stuff like that because after a while, when your life gets better,
Right.
and you start making money, and it's not a struggle like it used to be.
so when you got 100,000 in the bank, you ain't your behavior ain't the same as
It's not. So the
$1,000.
ideas don't roll out like that no more.
Right.
You
Okay.
feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I got you.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like once you get to that state where you really make some money and you really good, the ideas don't come as fast as they did when you was fucked up. You get what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
you saying, so do you look, so with your success, do you lose that drive? I mean, you know what I'm
no,
saying?
you don't lose the drive. You just, because if you passionate about the music, you get what I'm saying? Then that's going to forever be there. Because a lot of people get in this for the money and don't have passion for music. You get what I'm saying? I have passion for music. So I never lose my drive no matter how much money I make because I get a kick out of somebody hearing Do Better and them being like, oh my God, it's changed my life.
Right. So you brought that song up. Now let me ask you about Do Better. Do Better was a record that kind of like you started off. I think it was for a friend or something.
Yeah,
like that.
for sure.
And then it kind of like moved into a whole female I seen it go from just being a cool record y'all was doing on Instagram, and that's kind of like for me was like I ain't gonna say it was my first introduction to like niggas really promoting their records on Instagram, but that was like one of the first records that I seen in Atlanta that like took off because females were posting it and posting it and posting it. So when I seen that, was that something you when you sat down you say, am I targeting this audience? Am I actually gonna target it this way? Like I'm gonna actually go and have the females post my record?
But it was an argument between me and one of my partners, Big Walk, because I wanted to continue to do street music. I probably felt like, damn, if I start doing this type of music, niggas gonna be thinking it's a game. They could play with me. Like, it's a lot of thoughts that go through your head when you switch your lane and like go from you ain't hood or free my folk to, you get what I'm saying, do better. Like, but my partner was like, bro, this a big record. Like, this gonna touch women. You see how they reacting, like, push it. You feel what I'm saying? And he the reason it wouldn't be, Do Better would have never been out if it wasn't for him. He made me put it out down there. He like the big homie, so he like, man, you gotta put this out. So we put it out on Valentine's Day and we seen the reaction. But what made me stay in the woman lane, when I released that record, I got so many DMs from women about their situations and what they was going through and what happened to them, and it really, like, bro, I was like, some of these DMs gave me tears in my eyes, like women lost their eye, women been shot, women been stabbed, women been locked in basements. Like it was like it made me really want to stay in the lane of looking out for the women and building the women up.
Yeah, because it really made me at that point, because you didn't really hear about domestic violence as much as you did like years before, and your record kind of brought the whole domestic violence shit.
Gave people the voice to speak out, because a lot of people be scared to even speak on like those situations. Like if you look at something like R. Kelly case, like all these people come out, you feel me? Once somebody come out, all these other people come out because they were scared.
So now let me ask you that. Even with the R. Kelly situation, what's your take on that? Like,
I feel like R. Kelly had a lot of power. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like R. Kelly had been through a lot and experienced a lot at a young age because of his talent, and he took it into his real, like once he got more powerful and powerful, he kept those same fetishes or whatever he had going on, and he got away with it and probably kept getting away with it.
Right.
And felt powerful. You feel what I'm saying? Like he couldn't be stopped. I don't know, the ins and outs, because I don't like this. It disgusts me so bad. I try to stay away from it. Like I don't even want.
So with that being said, let's come up to like 2021. What's up with Lil Donald now? What Lil Donald got on the table now?
Man, I got a few deals on the table. I'm 100% independent. I'm talking to a few labels and stuff about releasing my album, and just just going over to that other side, like, cause I know a lot of people be like, a lot of people don't be knowing what I really got going on, cause I ain't no Instagram type dude. I post music on Instagram. I don't really
you use it to promote yourself.
Yeah, I don't be on no relationship stuff, none of my business all on Instagram, cause you tell people your moves before they come, and give a nigga a chance to hate or call a person and say the wrong, so. But I got 200 and some thousand followers on Instagram. I know people with millions of followers don't stream like I stream.
Right.
You feel me? Like I got 100 million streams on Apple just alone.
Well, most artists don't even promote their own music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I don't have nobody promoting me or spending no money on me. You get what I'm saying? I'm spending my own money. Every dime that I spent this year, which was well over 200 and some thousand.
So how important is it? Because a lot of artists, they whole debate is, man, I don't want to spend no money. That's a scam. This a scam. How important is it, whether if it's a scam or not, to invest in your music?
That's the most important thing. Like, because my grandma always told me, if you ain't doing enough for yourself, why would I do something for you?
Right.
So if Big X see Lil Donald on his grind, promote his music, paying for this, and he respect Big X and say, hey, Big X, I need you to help me with this and show you some love, Big X gonna go all in with me because
without a
you
doubt.
feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What you have done, you get what I'm saying? So that's why I tell people like you gotta invest in yourself, like because when you invest in yourself, the people with the real bag gonna see he gotta be spending some money because of how it's moving.
Right.
So if he's spending his own money and I know he ain't in no contract, that make people more interested. It changes the conversation when you go in these buildings
Without a doubt.
and you talk to these labels. Because now I'm walking in these, like a couple years ago when I was walking in these buildings, it was like, hey man, we'll do this, and if you want to do this, if you don't want to do this, then bye. You feel what I'm saying? Now it's what you want to do.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
So with that being said, how like I don't even want to say important. Like, what's the difference for you as Lil Donald being independent and being with a label? Like, is it important for you to be with a label, or is it important for you to stay as an independent artist?
Man, like I say, like the situation is based off what's best at your current point in your career. You know, like I could say it was better for me to be independent, but it's stuff as an independent artist that I would never touch. You get what I'm saying? Like I be telling people, like as an independent artist, like you ain't getting on these playlists and the Spotify playlist. It's rare that you could submit yourself 1,000 times. You barely getting on them.
Oh, yeah.
There's certain little Coachellas and Rolling Louds, and man, you ain't touching them stages.
Well, a lot of artists don't even know, and I just get I shed a little light on that. A lot of those are label sponsored.
Yeah.
Playlists, you know what I'm saying? So when everybody's going, man, I'm trying to get on Rap Caviar, I'm trying to get on this one, I'm trying to get on
Not happening.
That's why when you're paying for these playlists, you're on individuals playlists, like the playlist I
Yeah.
started with the Coalition playlist. So if I can get everybody that's on this stream to follow that playlist, then that playlist becomes of value at that point, because now I have a guaranteed audience of 100,000 or 200,000. So now I can go, for me to put that on your playlist, I got 100,000 listeners. You get what I'm saying? So they're gonna listen to your record. So that's guaranteed streams.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of the artists don't understand when you're trying to get on the Rap Caviars and you see these playlists with 1 million plus followers and that shit, and you can't get on them. That's because a lot of the labels have already
They own
paid
it. They
for
own
those spots.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, they control everything. Like I'm gonna just keep it real. They control everything.
Right.
It's rare that somebody like me, like, and you look at somebody like me and you be like, why he ain't in it? Because I haven't went into that next. You got to go into business with somebody on the other side. You feel what I'm saying? Whether it's a distribution company, whether it's somebody, you're gonna have to get in some business with somebody on the other side.
But when you say that word business, right? And I think a lot of times we're not really serious about that word. How important is it for you to move as a businessman in the music business?
Man, you got to, like, business is everything. Like, if you don't got your business intact, well, like having a lawyer, you know, like that's number one. Like every artist, everybody needs to have a lawyer.
Right.
Somebody who can look at stuff and say, all right, this is what I feel about this or this, and not no lawyer that you go to court with, an entertainment lawyer.
Right.
Don't just get a lawyer.
Not your criminal.
Yeah, you need an entertainment lawyer.
Right.
And, you know, a good entertainment lawyer. And if you can't afford one, there's always, everything is negotiation.
Right.
If somebody comes to you with a contract trying to sign you and you don't have money to pay for a lawyer, you tell your lawyer, put your percentage in the contract to where they have to pay you if I do the contract. So, because I can't afford you, or you.
All right, so we back in. So like I said, we're gonna start back off where we left off at about the contracts. How important is it for you to to read your contracts and know and what's in your contracts?
Yeah, it's like you gotta know those terms, like and know that for yourself, not just your lawyer knowing it, but you gotta ask questions and read about certain terms and stuff like that too, because you can make your lawyer job easier. You know, you can understand, hey, I see this and see that. This is what I want to change. This is what because it's going to take your lawyer a couple of days to get back to you on getting back to them. So every day count. Like I tell people, every day count. So like just having your business intact, like period, your BMI, your sound exchange, and making sure you got everything registered and for your royalties. Like I knew none of this. Like I rapped for years, and didn't even know that I was making money. You get what I'm saying? I had songs with millions of views and didn't even know I was making money. and found out like, oh, I got
who was
money.
it like it, but like even though you know you was making that money, was somebody
Yeah,
receiving the
people
money?
was collecting it. Yeah, like people who I was working with or whoever was managing me, or they was getting the money.
So and all that fell inside of you not knowing what was in your contract.
Me not knowing, not even just the contract, just not knowing the business. Because it's just contracts ain't the only business. Like,
Right, you got publishing.
yeah, you got publishing, you got registering your records through publishing, and
Right.
all of that.
So, if you had to give one of these kids out here now that's like, you know, everybody's starving for that attention in Atlanta. You know how Atlanta is. Like, what would you tell them right now that they need to be doing to, you know, put themselves in that lane?
Before you release a record, before you go to performing and doing anything, know the business. Know the business. Make sure you registering these records. Make sure you're paying these producers.
So let me stop you right there. When you say registering these records, tell them like what you mean by registering the records.
Like actually registering them on BMI and on your sound exchanges and making sure they encoded with IRC codes and all of that stuff. You get what I'm saying? And just like paying the producers too, because a lot of artists run into this. They blow a record up and they get hot, and then the producer comes sue them for money because they ain't got a producer contract. You get what I'm saying? Now the producer can ask you. You could have probably just got this beat for $1,500 if you just went on ahead and bought it from the producer at the beginning. But you don't pay the producer now. He can sue you when the record blow up for $50,000.
Right, and that's like a lot of these kids that's like getting songs off of YouTube and shit like that, and then then actually putting the record out and it blowing up, and then
or getting it from like Young Land. All these people send out beat packs and they know what they doing.
Yeah, because at this point, because you kind of setting yourself up. Because if you take my beat and I know it's my beat and you go make a hit record with it, shit, I could come in and ask
I can just sit back and wait, and I can ask you for whatever I want
at that point.
Because I wanted 100,000 for my beats. And you done made XYZ, the court gonna go in their favor. You gonna have to pay it.
Yeah, and it's like Al Green saying, it's the metadata. You got to make sure your metadata when you registering these records is what it's supposed to be. If not, you might not get paid, or a person that was supposed to get paid won't get paid.
But I be telling artists like, I still do this now. I upload my records. I make sure I put my lyrics. You get what I'm saying? I make sure, like, what artists need to do too, they got to make sure they giving themselves time to release the records. A mistake I made was I was just throwing records up.
Right.
I wasn't giving it no 3-week rollout, no nothing. I was just putting that motherfucker up.
And that's one of the mistakes I know. Like I one time I had a conversation with guys and he was like, you know, you got to build a catalog. You got to build a catalog. And I think a lot of artists now are just building that catalog and just throwing records out, and not really giving an audience, not really concerned with building an audience. I think to build an audience, you gotta leave a record out there for a minute to let people absorb it and go, okay, I either like it, I like that one, or the next one you put out, I like that one. I think we live in like a single driven market right now.
But see, artists don't be really dropping singles. They be dropping a lot of artists be dropping albums and mixtapes and nobody even know who they is yet. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the craziest shit I ever seen. Like, why the hell is you dropping the album? Why the hell is you dropping the mixtape? You don't even got 3,000 views on your YouTube, bro. And you dropping the album. Who the fuck gonna listen to your album? It looks bad on your resume when you go to a label or somebody might be interested and say, okay, what did your album do?
Right.
Nigga, you got 5 sales on your album because you.
Or you might have a whole, like, and what they don't know is when you go to a label, they all gonna go look at those. You know, if you got a whole album out, they're gonna go look at those numbers and see how you actually are doing. So if you don't get that deal, just know they wouldn't actually pull the numbers.
Exactly, or they gonna give you a number based off the numbers that you have up. Oh, you ain't make nothing but $500 on your. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So they gonna look at, okay, we want to give you this much. It's gonna take you this long. If you making $1,500 or $2,000 a month, it's gonna take you this long to pay us this money back.
Right.
Or if you make $20,000 a month, it's gonna take you this long, so we'll give you more. If you making 100,000, we'll pay you. So it's all about numbers. What you making, what you selling. So when you releasing all these projects and shit, and ain't none of them doing nothing, that's why labels ain't putting their hands on you.
Right.
You can't. You ain't even convinced them that you can sell.
Right.
So that's why I never dropped the album. I haven't dropped the album yet.
I know.
I won't drop an album until I'm with a label or a brand that
Somebody
can help
that can
me
support it.
market it correctly.
Right.
Because if I drop an album right now, and I do 100 million on Apple Music, 50 some million on Spotify, but that don't mean my album's gonna sell because people stream my music. Right. You get what I'm saying? I need a bigger fan base to release an album. I still don't feel like my fan base big enough for me to release an album.
Right. And you got what, 20,000 on? How many people? 200,000.
200,000 on Instagram.
Yeah. Okay, and people really live by the.
I got 200,000 on YouTube.
Okay, so what was your highest count on Do Better as far as the video? I seen like 18 million or something like that.
70 million.
Okay, so that's a lot of
the
views.
YouTube video did 70 million on one channel. On other channels, it did like 20, 30 million. So like on YouTube alone is well over 100 and some million.
So what a lot of artists don't understand too, man, is like, and I know you kind of experienced now doing it, is how important it is to understand the payout of what you get paid from Spotify, what you get paid from YouTube, what you get paid from Tidal. A lot of artists don't even know what a stream is. So from your experience, from not knowing, because you said at one point you didn't know anything, and now you educating yourself, you knowing, how important is it to know that as far as knowing how to get paid and what you're getting paid for?
Man, the streaming, like, cause it's crazy. Like, people be like, "Oh, he got 1,000,000 views. He probably making a whole lot of money." Man, listen, you gonna need more than 1,000,000 views, my boy. You my girl, whoever. You got to be streaming. You got to be doing numbers.
Right.
Like, people don't be understanding. Like, 1,000,000 views is like regular. Like, that's like. Probably not even a few grand. You feel what I'm saying?
1 million views now is like 4,500.
Yeah, like a few grand. Yeah.
When I hear dudes go, man, I got 1 million views on fucking Spotify. I'm like, okay, but that's only a label. Really is like, okay, you know what I'm saying?
That ain't nothing.
And what else? You know what I'm saying? Because they already know 1 million views ain't shit. We need you to be at 5, 8 million, 10 million views on a new single. You get what I'm saying? Before we even start wanting to invest in it or look at it. You get what I'm saying? So
facts.
And a lot of the kids,
because it's not the same no more. The numbers is different. 1 million views 4 years ago, you that man.
Right.
1 million views now. What? 1 million? Right. Man, this artist who ain't nobody, he just blew up on TikTok. He got 10 million on his song. You can't compare to that.
Right.
Like, the views is like, people getting views like nothing. Like,
yeah, so and a lot of it is paid for, you know what I'm saying? So with like I said, I only do an hour, so I ain't gonna keep you here long, you know what I'm saying? I know I got you in my little hot box too, so
man, you all good.
I want to play some music too, man. I want to, you sent me some music.
Yeah, I sent you the new single, and then I sent you real nigga you.
Okay. I had real nigga you, but the new single we're gonna play the new single first. That's Spin
Again, yeah.
Spin Again. So let's get into that, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it, all right?
All right.
Make sure my shit working right first though. All this new technology shit and it ain't working. But as far as the new music, what's the direction you going in on your new music right now?
Man, I got a big street fan base, because I started in the streets. Even just coming around, moving around with the coalition DJs. Like, the streets is my home, so they on my neck. But, man, can we get some? You feel me?
I know. We hadn't seen you in a minute.
Yeah, they're like, can we get something for the street? Because when you make the female music, you can really be at home and that shit screaming crazy.
I mean, that's like a no-brainer.
Yeah, so you see them checks get to rolling in, you like, I'm chilling. I'm go back to the studio and sing again and do a little run and go. I be on the road. I be out of town and shit. You feel me?
So let me ask you this. So what's your chemistry to the Atlanta rollout? Like, what do you feel like you have to do to roll your record out in Atlanta?
The first thing, all right, so I'm going to give you my rollout of what I feel like I have to do when I'm pushing a club song, a street single, or whatever. You feel?
Okay.
Because it's different type of songs. It's radio songs, it's street singles,
right?
Club, stuff, and it's radio stuff. Like, so some radio stuff is like, it's kind of the same rollout, but it's a little different. because it can't play in the club. Like, Do Better ain't no record that I would have been like, hey, let's just run this crazy in the club. Like, because, you know, unless it's popping on the radio, then you feel what I'm saying? But I feel like, number one, you got to go, like, this is my first thing I do.
Right.
I go see the DJs.
Okay.
Every record, my street records, like, soon as I get, this record ain't even out yet. Soon as I get ready to release this record, I'm doing New Music Monday.
Right.
I'm pulling up to all the strip clubs, hollering at the DJs.
Without a doubt.
I'm hollering at all the dancers. You feel me? Because
the dancers are important too.
The dancers are very important. You can act like, oh, she just in twerk. Listen, she have a set, and if her set lit, and you show her love,
that's right.
Hey, when you get on stage tonight, request that my new single. Correct. That's what I do. I go put money. I go look out for the dancers, the DJ, and I don't just go to the DJ like, hey, bro, this is my new song. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going there and rock with them. Like, I'm in here. What you drinking? You smoking? Let's kick it. Like, we vibing out. You get what I'm saying?
You come from that age as well. When you came in the club, you went and fucked with the DJ. You went and bought a drink. And you went and hung out with him. If he smoked weed, y'all smoke.
We smoking a blunt. Might lead a nigga with a 3-5. You feel me? Shit, it was some DJs I took home after the club. Hey. Nigga, I stayed that long with them nigga. Like, he like, bro, what you doing, man?
Yeah, run me to the crib.
Hey, bro, you'll run me to the crib when I get. You feel me? I'm like, hell yeah, nigga, I wait till the club close. Right. You know, I'm 18, 19, dropping DJs off and shit. It's a couple of these niggas they know. But Lil Donald, he a real nigga. Like,
and that's how I met you. I always, you always kept it 100. Every time I seen you, always came in and supported the DJs and all that shit. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna get into your music right quick. And what's the name of the song again?
Spin Again.
Let's see if I can get this thing working over here. All right, let's see where we at. There we go.
Coalition DJs,
bringing nothing but the heat. The Coalition DJs.
Look, win and win again. I told the shooter to spin again. I won't scared to man. Nigga, I don't trap no more, but the packs is in. Cut it out, watch my wrist, I know it's my time. I'm trying none of these niggas, I'm gripping my eye. I thought I was supposed to. Got a lot on my mind. Baby, don't miss your blessing, you ain't that fine. These niggas pay to get by the D. I know what pay to get by this heat. You and your partners ain't never sleep. I ain't gonna tell you what I did. Nigga talk beef and I get excited. Step on them bitches like arthritis. Start selling them before I rap the body. So nigga, I ain't gonna get indicted. Ain't no cha-cha shot.
Right, Lil Donald.
I told her give me some head, baby, that's where I'm getting your vibe. I already crossed my T, nigga play with me, I'm got it eye. Wanna gon' win again. Blood don't make you king, cause I got some realer friends. I made a meal off words. No, I made a meal off words. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Nigga too sentimental. Your bitch, I been dicking in them. We used to trap in rentals. We got it out the trenches. This is not accidental. Win and win again. I told the shooter to spin again. I won't scared to man. Nigga, I don't trap no more, but the packs is in. Cut it out, watch my wrist, I know it's my time. I don't try none of these niggas, I'm gripping my eye. I don't wanna hear that shit, got a lot on my mind. Baby, don't miss your blessing, you ain't that fine. Yeah, niggas is acting like home, we need a legit reveal. I got the way, these niggas been trying to steal. Yeah, so good, that pussy so good, I pay the bills. They say I'm a trick, I got it. I done got rich, I ride it. I'm in the new whip, I ain't finna pick no cotton. Nigga try to rob me, I shot at him. Damn, I just missed the body. We getting hot like Tiger, yeah. He little shoe Versace. Got a little bitch named Ross here, that pussy like Austin Cotton. Never met a rich nigga, worrying about another rich nigga. But I'ma just mind my business. Tell the nigga time to tick. Gossip about me like a bitch, my nigga.
Coalition DJs.
Yeah, y'all been acting bro lately. I thought you were having something. Win and win again. I told the shooter to spin again. I won't scared to man. Nigga, I don't trap no more, but the packs is in. Cut it out, watch my wrist, I know it's my time. I know it. I don't try none of these niggas, I'm gripping my eye. I don't wanna hear that shit, got a lot on my mind. Baby, don't miss your blessing, you ain't that fine.
Coalition DJs.
Oh man, that wouldn't go in right there. We was just talking about that shit, man. That's a club record right there.
Yeah, it's like, man, I know how to make all type of records. Like, God bless me with the ability to be talented, you know, like which the labels call me when they need records. You get what I'm saying? So like I know how to create records. Like I know how to like I might have another song of me singing that I want to drop.
Right.
But I have momentum records too. So it's like I drop these big momentum records and get the clubs going crazy and my name going crazy, and then I come with my radio record, and then you know like cause this one I might go to radio with this one too though, cause like
that's club, but it's radio.
Yeah,
too, you
they
know what I'm
loving
saying?
that one. Like they going crazy about that one on Instagram.
So I got two more questions I want to ask you. So Lil Donald entrepreneur. What's up with Lil Donald after rap? While getting the money doing rap, the entrepreneur. Lil Donald.
Oh, so like on my end, I'm about to start a trucking company. I'm like getting into real estate.
Okay.
You know, like I'm building. Like my daughter has her own lip gloss business. Like that's what I'm on. Like
Right.
I'm trying to create generational wealth for my kids. You know, anybody know me know that's my world. Like. They know I love them kids.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to create the avenue for them. Like, you know, and I'm writing a book too. So like I'm writing a book called Starving Artist, because when I came into the game, I felt like that's what I was.
Okay.
I was a starving artist, and I'm going to give artists a game about what I did, the mistakes I made, you know, what I came from and what I came into, you know, like over the years, and give them the blueprint on how much I did, you feel what I'm saying? Okay. And what mistakes that they can read in my book and say, man, bro, I'm doing it right now. Let me slow my brakes. I'm into this right now. Let me switch up. Like the conversation we just had about the business, it's all gonna be in the book from an artist standpoint. You get what I'm saying? On how important the DJs is, how important it is to spend your money and invest in yourself and make sure you pay for a photo shoot. You get what I'm saying? And I be feeling like everybody be wanting something for free, but free shit ain't never good. You get what I'm saying? Like ain't nothing like if you ever only thing you gonna get as a free sample that might be good is the Chinese stand when they give you the little piece of meat on toothpick.
And even when shit that ain't free, cause shit that's just the lure you in.
Yeah, exactly. But like I'd rather pay somebody to do something, because they is more passion when you done fed my family, or you get what I'm saying, you done paid a bill in my house, or I got more drive for you. Right. If I'm doing something off the scrimp, it's like I done had somebody say, hey bro, pull up, I want you to do a song with this artist on your face. I go in there, I be like, man, all right bro, I'm in there getting a nasty vibe. They not gonna feel the vibe. The nigga that paid me 5 rats, 6 rats to come do a song with him. Nigga, I'm in that motherfucker. I'm finna get him a hit. Yeah, nigga, we finna be in this motherfucker having a good time. Nigga, I might bring some chicken wings, some bitches. I might bring some Zaza. Nigga, I might treat you like one of my partners.
Right.
About them 6 rats. And why I say your closest friends is the people you make money with.
Oh yeah. So let me ask you this. So I always ask rappers this, like even when I was doing my old show. What do you feel like your responsibility is to the kids and your music?
Man, I try my I don't let my kids listen to certain music, not even my music. Like certain songs of mine, I don't even play around my kids. You feel what I'm saying? But like I try my best to try to like preach a positive and uplifting message to these kids, because we don't know how strong the effect of music is. It's kids that learn stuff better because of music.
Right.
Like they learn the ABCs better in the song than you just sitting there trying to say ABCs.
Most of us learned the ABCs.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So like that's like so whatever you put in this music, whatever you let your kids listen to, they're picking it up.
Right.
So like I try my best to like, even like with Do Better, Perfect Love, these ideas, they matter to me because of my daughter.
Right.
You know, my daughters, I have 3. So it's like, it matters to me because when they come in my room and I'm playing Perfect Love or Do Better on the intercom in my house, like I got speakers all in my ceiling and shit. So when they come in the room, they know it word for word, and I be like, that's dope. Like Perfect Love, they know it word for word, and it's like, that's good.
So do you feel like the music that's being made is affecting the youth?
Oh yeah, for sure. Everything is a kill somebody, spin the block, die, like, you know, and I make that type of music too because it's our culture. You get what I'm saying? It's what's really going on, and we're visualists, so whatever we see, we rap about it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But I just feel like they pushing that. Like it's too many mainstream rappers pushing that agenda, and they not living like that for real.
Because at the end of the day, we are being programmed. So
Yeah.
I think a lot of the violence, a lot of the sexual content, music is really programming us. And even when you see like the young ladies now, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a difference between, you know, different races of women now, because you can see the difference in what's being pushed on them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, sex is really being pushed on all young ladies.
Yeah.
And then when you look at other cultures, they're really being pushed by, you know, getting an education, being financial, you know, getting financial wealth. And that's not really being pushed on us like that. You know what I'm saying? Until later on in life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that's what I say. Like the music, like, you know, like even with the drugs and pills and syrup, and a lot of these rappers some of them do it, but a lot of them don't even be doing it for real.
Right, but they'll rap about it.
They'll just rap about it. So, and that's what I call sellout shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like selling your soul. Like I don't look at the selling your soul shit as the devil shit or whatever. I look at it as pushing an agenda that you don't. You feel me? Or never live. Like if you trapped and you say that's cool. If you bust your gun and you say that it's cool, but just pushing that agenda in your music so much, like pour up a four, drinking the drink. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Every song, you get what I'm saying? That's like you selling your people out, because that's not even what you own for real.
Right.
You probably a vegan. You feel me? You don't eat pork, like, but you like pork chop, sell it, eat a pork, like.
Yeah. So, but you know, people sell it, but at the same time, I don't think like people really look at the longevity behind, you know, what comes from it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at these little kids, you look at all this violence now. Like the main music that's in rap now is trap. So, and I said this to my man Kush yesterday when I was in Chicago. I said, you know, the main music that's being pushed right now is trap. So you can't be mad at what's going on. When you see all the violence, you see all the shit that's going on, what comes along when you embrace the trap?
But who's pushing the agenda of us pushing trap? You get what I'm saying? Somebody at a higher. You feel what I'm saying?
That too, but I think a lot of times, you know, we don't really we don't put a lot of these other entities that push that agenda too. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of other entities that make sure we see and hear a lot of the negative shit that we see in here in our communities. They make sure that we see it. You know what I'm saying? So we could get into that conversation a little later.
Yeah, no, that's something that we really gotta tap into and better in the music business. But artists gotta know where they're at in their career and the effect that they have on these people. Like the baby, that situation, like, I don't think he knew how big he was and what he said mattered.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's the perfect example of a situation where an artist is huge and don't understand his influence on the culture and the community. And then as soon as you say something or do something, like, is it bigger than you think? So that's why I be saying with these artists, you big as hell.
Right.
So everything that you say, you might say, go shoot up a school. A kid might be like, oh, this artist just said go shoot up the school. This is my favorite artist. I love him. I'm going to go do it.
Right. But even with that, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, even with Lil Baby, that was really like crowd participation. I mean, and you do that all the time.
Yeah,
so,
the baby. Know. But you do that, but at a level. Like,
right.
It's an artist right now that can go on Instagram and say, R. Kelly ain't do this. That they can go say Bill Cosby ain't do this. They can go say all this and nobody know them.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
But
if I go on there and say that,
right,
it's going to be. You feel what I'm saying? If the baby or Lil Baby or Joe Gifted, like any artist that who have a brand. If you nobody don't care what you say.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But once you become somebody, and the more you become somebody, and the bigger level of somebody that you are, you got to be careful with what you putting out.
Okay. And I understand that. So we're going to get into this, man. And I went into that because I wanted to play this. I wanted to play Real Nigga. Real Nigga You Say. Because I know that's the song you've been working for the last few months.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to play that right quick, and then we're going to close out the show. All right?
All right. What are your kid? For real?
Coalition DJs.
Bringing nothing but the heat.
You know what I mean?
The Coalition DJs.
Lil Donald, don't you get tired of them niggas trying to holler when they see you at work?
and they ain't spending a dollar. Oh, don't you get tired of them niggas in your phone in the middle of the night trying to see what you got going on? Tell them, pay the car, no, that would drive you crazy. Pay the light bill, that would turn you on. Pay the phone bill, you pick up the phone. Pay the rent, make that pussy feel like home. Tell them for the real nigga you right now. Tell them for the boss nigga you right now. Pay to get a hair did, pay to get a nail did. She pay her own bill, take care of her own kid. And you wanna take her on a date to get some steak, or you trying to get some pussy off a plate? Nah, real nigga her, chill nigga her. Don't trip about what she post on Instagram nigga her. Keep that confidential, don't let these niggas trick you. Don't even tell them about your past, cause they use that to get you. Tell them that pussy get wetter when the bills paid, when the bills paid. That head way better when a house slave, when the house slave. Pay the car, no, that would drive you crazy. Pay the light bill, that would turn you on. Pay the phone bill, you pick up the phone. Pay the rent, make that pussy feel like home. Tell them for the real nigga you right now. Tell them for the boss nigga you right now. Say her last nigga used to borrow her car all the time. Say her last nigga try to move all in her house. Say her last nigga used to trip about spending some money. Say her last nigga always kept her in some drama. Nah, don't be him. Yeah, him a shrimp. She like lobster. She like mobster. They say ain't tricking if you got it. They just mad cause they ain't got it, baby. You been doing this all on your own. They should tell you congratulations. If that nigga see you feeling blue, he should give you some blue face. Pay the car, no, that would drive you crazy. Pay the light bill, that would turn you on. Pay the phone bill, you pick up the phone.
Real nigga you.
Pay the rent.
Lil Donald, you already know, man. That shit been working the streets. You been killing the streets with that, man. And we been on that shit for a minute, so.
Yeah, for sure. I just dropped the video. It's at like 100,000.
Okay.
And it ain't been 24 hours.
How long ago it's been since you dropped it?
I just dropped the video yesterday.
Oh, okay. To that particular record right there. Okay, so cool. So since we coming to the end of the show, man, is anybody you want to shout out? Anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
Man, I appreciate the opportunity, man. I appreciate you for having me, man. Like, y'all will never start hearing from me until I get ready for y'all to start hearing from me, man, because I control my narrative, you know. Whatever going on in my life, I control it, and I tell people that if I wake up in the morning and I'm happy, nigga, it's because I chose to be happy. If I'm bad, it's because I chose to be mad.
Right.
I ain't let nobody make me mad. I ain't let nobody stop me from being happy. Like, I've learned that in life I control my narrative. So, like, I'm controlling my energy and what I do. Like I told you, like, bro, we locked in for life. Like,
and it's all good. And just to let you know, man, you one of my favorite independent Atlanta artists. You know what I'm saying? So that's why whenever we have anything that come up, I always tell them, man, reach out to Lil Donald, see what he got going on. Let's see what we can do to help him. You like one of my guys. Like I fuck with Joe Green. There's a few other people in the city I really try to put that stump on because they've been out here grinding. And it's that, you know, at some point niggas gonna have to stop the hating and let niggas in and eat. Let niggas eat how they supposed to.
See, man,
so,
it's like,
saying? So
it be hard for them to let niggas in like me who, you know, stand for principle and morals, and because a lot of niggas will do anything for some money and some fame.
And we do know that.
Yeah, and I'm a nigga that just stand on, I'm a man, you a man, respect me, I'm gonna respect you, you disrespect me, we got an issue. It's just simple as that. I don't care who you is. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I met Ludacris. Ludacris respected me and treated me like a regular nigga.
That's right.
He showed me love like a regular nigga. He ain't treat me like he was bigger than me. And we know Ludacris bigger than
right.
a lot of
motherfuckers. And that's why I love Big Boy. That's why I fuck with Big Boy, because as big as Outkast is, he's always embraced our movement. He treat us like, you know, we family, the whole shit. So it's never been the big I little you shit. You know what I'm saying? So you have to appreciate that kind of shit.
And that's my thing. Like I said, but I run into a lot of artists that's they not like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, so everybody. You know, a lot of these artists are full of themselves. You know, and I say that because, you know, money will change niggas, and I know that from being in this shit 30 years. Money will change niggas, but it's always funny to see them same niggas when they come.
They gotta come back. That's why I come and I pull up and I show love, because you gotta come back. Like my record was just number 19 in the country, top number 19 in the country.
Right.
Okay, that record's coming down.
Right.
That record is done.
Right.
I got to push another record.
So you got to get.
I'm gonna
back
have
out
to
here.
come see the same niggas.
You got to get back out here in these streets and work.
I'm gonna have to come see the same people, the same DJs that supported me in the beginning. That's why every event y'all have, and y'all say, "Hey, bro, I'm there." You get what I'm saying? And it ain't always about no money.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's true. And like a lot of people always think, we always charging people, and I always like, just for you, we always show you love. We always show a lot of the independent artists that's been out here grinding
Man,
for a
listen.
while. You know what I'm saying? You gotta earn stripes out here. I don't know why kids and people don't understand. In this business, you have to earn stripes.
I really like got so much respect for y'all and the whole coalition DJ movement because of this reason. I be at home in my bed. A female might FaceTime me and she be in the club. They playing my shit. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? Where you at? And they'll say strokers.
Right.
Or they'll say, you feel what I'm saying?
Pinups, they'll
Yeah,
say plays,
they'll so I know what DJs is fucking at what club.
Right.
So I'm already knowing, like, okay, the coalition DJ playing my shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Without me being
Being
standing next to a nigga in the booth,
Yeah.
hounding the nigga.
And that's why I think that's part of the honor system. I think a lot of artists forget, man. You know what I'm saying? Like being played when you're not there. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause in Atlanta, out of sight, out of mind. You get what I'm saying? So I have to respect the DJs that do show that type of love. You know what I'm saying? Cause shit, if I don't see you, shit, why? It's a million motherfuckers coming to the
Facts.
DJ booth with a record. You get what I'm
Facts.
saying?
And that's the thing. Like, it's when the DJ play your record and you not in the club, man, that shit like a nigga giving you 100,000
Yeah.
for real. Because Shazam, like I got this shit called Shazam now.
Right.
And if a nigga playing your record and somebody like it, all they gotta do is pull their phone out and it's gonna tell you whose song it is if you got your shit right.
Right, you gotta have it registered, and that's like a lot of people don't know that either. Like Shazam play a major part in the decision that a lot of these labels make, because the first thing they do is
How many Shazam?
go pull the Shazam numbers. Niggas so caught up on Spotify and all this other shit, they don't understand that Shazam is a major part of people deciding whether or not if you get a deal.
Yeah, when I started Real Nigga You, it had got 10,000 Shazams real fast. I was like, okay, this the one. Let's go.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about it. That's somebody actually with an app, hitting the app, going, "What is that? Whose song is that? I like that shit." You get what I'm saying? And that's real,
Yes, because like right now, it got over 100,000 Shazams. That shit is...
right? And that kind of if you getting people to Shazam and that kind of shit, you kind of know that's the record that you need to be focused on. You know what I'm saying? So, like, well, we coming to the end, man. And we at the end.
Thanks.
I just want to say thank you, man. You my first artist in my room. I know I got some work to do, but I'm gonna get it better, bro. You know what I'm saying?
This a dope feeling though. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you got the records. Like, it's a cool little vibe. Like,
Thank you, bro.
Nah, I like it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got to work on it. I might move my couch so I can get a little bit more of us on the screen. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly.
But at the same time, I just felt like it was just something that was needed, and I'm always seen but never heard. And then when niggas do see me, I'm actually typing it or writing it on my Instagram. So I wanted to have an opportunity to actually just share my opinion with other artists.
I think you should take this and, I know you going live and stuff, but like have you a camera person film it.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna get it. I actually, I see all my shit. I'm actually gonna set all that up. But like, you're my first guest, so I want to say thank you. And I know what you're doing, and we always, as the coalition, man, we gonna support you until nigga you decide you're gonna stop doing it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, so I
We
appreciate
locked
you,
in
bro.
for life, brother.
All good.
For sure.
Love.
Love. Your kid? For real? You got something for them? No chill. What's your name? Oh, okay. You know me?